Collective Scintillas. The Augmented Boogie Tales of the Pseudonym Judas S. Crowley. 4114. First Step. Volume 1. Sheople-People. I've done a lot so far that is unrecognized, but has been a slow growing light in a small amount of the hearts of society around me. Of course, I can't think of the length I've traveled or how far I have to go. I must try and focus on my spiritual armor, for the battle of the one war that matters has finally showed its face. Within this, I must ask my Father to keep me steadfast, zero distraction. I hope to keep this all going, and I hope to find new outlets to start making my life transpire into a reality. I need to start conspiring ideas to make my ideas real. Money can destroy a great vision. Please help me to remember this as I form myself into this new man. I'm grateful for all the ones around me. As I further myself to not only the truth, but my purpose, I see now my close friends are chipping away, while the new ones are surfacing. I'm officially reaching a peace within. I've seen enough now to know that peace is something that comes when you see you have been tapped in since birth. It's society that unplugs you by making you wonder and question not only your own self, but your purpose. Forcing us to labor for slavery rather than freedom, conditioning us not to feel our soul but to dilute it, and strap you in your ready-made seat to race the daily grind with a smile, with superficiality as the dose of motivation. Competition is never enough, as we wear our favorite labels that the masses label cool, worthy, but how come they all wear them? How come we are all the same? Do you not see the conformity, the unoriginality? You buy your shit like it's made for you and only you, when what you bought had 20 more right behind it exactly the same. People don't see that we really are surrounded by wickedness. Demonic entities that live in every single vice, even the people because they consume the spirits. You don't see the evilness unless you see that the world is designed this way. You don't see the devil until you call for God. People so quick to defend their flesh will say, I don't believe in a God that don't believe in me. Well, maybe the feeling is mutual. No one likes the truth when all they eat is lies, because truth is not only a cure, but it causes withdrawals like no other detox before. This will cause pain. This will cause denial. The drug of truth will shatter you and rebuild you. All you have to do is look for it. Let's point out music. Music directly represents the passions of the soul. If one listens to the wrong kind of music, they will become the wrong kind of person. That's a quote from Aristotle. Music can control a weak mind. It can control masses. Rap only talks of slinging crack and drugs and thugging and being a gangster. But these guys singing it is forming a society that they were once running from. But you find tribute to it. You find this makes you you. Because they actually know you. They know how small you are, how weak and easy to push in either direction. But because of their demons that they have, they give them to you. In the Bible, Jesus says to look at life like a child, for that is the closest resemblance to God. A child has only two emotions, love and fear. It's our demons that create the monsters from out of nothing. We are the disease we despise but yet nurture all at the same time, hiding behind the masks of our idols and fashionable dreams. Your plastic dream is not your own. It is pre-designed, developed through commercial ads and efficient propaganda. It never was something I couldn't see. I just never knew that you never knew. I never even knew that my many conversations with the people I circled myself with really never listened entirely, never grasped the thought as I effortlessly spoke of this matrix. You get caught up in the first part of my point, nodding and smiling, pretending to understand, but you don't. No one does. Hell, no one even cares. Hell, I'm not sure if I'm even human at times, but I can't help but feel it, smell it, taste the intrusion of the monolithic industries of corporate manufacture. Before you continue, you might want to consider something. Some things are best unknown for another chapter in your life, for another age of you. And I'm not talking about a number. I'm talking ages. The age of Aquarius, the eon. But some knowledge known will unlock doors that will open and flood you. It will hold you responsible. It will either reap iniquity or wisdom. Iniquity is the awareness of your sins, but you don't care. In life, we run in circles. Some don't. The ones you look up to, the leaders of your life, have learned a system of nature and purpose. Whereas most are welcomed into the world with dysfunction, indoctrination, a world of unquestioned laws, religions of control, and money and fear, rather than love, independence, counsel. If you want that, you're better off holding a church in your living room. So quick to act on irrationality rather than thinking it through. And a true time of peace becomes chaos to the mind. Silence is your annoyance, but in time will be your gifts and blessings. On very seldom days, few and far between, much like a true friend. Who are they again? Let me tell you something about so-called fake friends, but are really parasites. It's never about you in their eyes. You can tell them time and time again, but you're actually just wasting your breath and carbon energy. Change your pace of view on if you had nothing to offer, would they be there? You know, if you have even gotten this far in the read, what I'm trying to say, people are hard to pin down in judgment. That's why I just stay to myself, because most people are just too small-minded to even think to question this far. This is not just my tale of my own experience philosophy, but will be a journey for your own cities of busy neuronic streets deep in your mind. Most may sound familiar, but it's never written down, never filed properly for the thought advantagements. My own biological people couldn't bless me with an ounce of understanding to the truth. Everywhere I've turned, it's just alien questions, lies, or ignorance were the answers. The truth is you couldn't handle the truth because it's nothing but shallow souls with bloodbath pasts right from the start. And the secret is to keep it a secret. It's a lot more simple than you think. But I warn you again, if you're not used to the truth, it's one hell of a shard of glass to swallow. Mom and Dad are wrong most of the time these days. What your schools teach is nothing but deception. Your churches are paid off to falsify doctrine. Your government is now working the musical strings for the devil. And you're all being programmed to not only not care, but to love every minute of it. Dancing on the ashes of freedom and liberty, it's a revolution for the wicked and foolish. In a society of people that forgot its name, I see us spiraling down the shitter's drain. Time is an illusion. So if they can get you used to a schedule for the daily grind, we're living in one great big social science experiment. It's a prison without bars. You're a slave to this place, who don't question its value and dissolutions. Do as we're told, follow by example. What is freedom? You must ask yourself this before you really think you're free. How far can you actually test the limits? See what you can get away with compared to what you can't. You're in a very carefully designed, tight-knit web that covers every single aspect of thought and personal freedoms, and even in control of what and how you most likely will die. From cancer, heart failure, diabetes, lung cancer, many kinds. Your food is no longer a basis of nutritional value. It is a ticking time clock, speeding you to your fat, lazy, dumb, gelatinous waste of a self to your bitter final hour. While one of your fake friends read out the eulogy of the last words spoken yet quickly forgotten in the washes and wastes of alcohol to be the last time a mass of people all in the same room think of you again at the same time together. What were those chosen words he said again? Define rights versus privilege. For me, in regards to birth, and inevitably, which was my last and only right, into a world of privileges, the freedom they come to steal in the night. The murderers justified by a badge. If you follow my imaginary laws, you can drive. If you just pay me this, you can have a fishing license. You pay these taxes, or we're taking your land. Your money is not real. but it belongs to the IRS and Federal Reserve System. So you better work for the rest of your life until your last breath belongs to me. History is really the mystery in your classroom textbooks. If you even got wind of the truth, you might have actually just wanted to be there. Let's just say right from the start of your lessons on President Abraham Lincoln, everyone thinks he was so great because he freed slaves, right? Well, it's wrong. He didn't free anyone. Because at that time, we had, at one time before the Federal Reserve System, another private banking system. And they remade the Constitution to fit the corporate standards of the world, turning us all into slaves to a corporate world. But they didn't just do that. They thought of something far more worse than just controlling you and your money. They made it so that when you're born, a human from, I don't know, some unexplainable place or being known as God or the universe. So you're not from here. You're a real person. You're a human being. You're man and woman. But when you get your official documents of identification, your inalienable being of God is destroyed and turned into a number. And a strawman. A strawman is a corporate entity for a society of law, which is exactly what this world has become. The world is a business, and you're the slave for the workers. And your society's name is the Legalese Society, hence law, legal, illegal, because it's a law-enforcing society. Prisons are for capital gain, not corrections. Tell me, why do pedophiles spend less time in jail than drug dealers? If drug pushers are so bad, you better talk to the woman pushing Roxys and Oxys out into the streets, Adderall, Xanax, methadone. But I guess raping kids deserves minimum sentences. But legal drug dealers at the pharmacies down the street are overlooked, contributing to a world of paradigms controlling every aspect of our life under an invisible web, well constructed by a small, shadowed oligarchy closing off any outlet of freedom and ability to become something more than just a slave to a trade for pennies, never noticing nor watching your life piss on by without a question of purpose.